This show is brought to you by IslamicMusicHub.com.
My heart's first instinct. I was in between sleep and wakefulness after being exhausted from my role as a new mother to my son Mohammed and staying up all night. I was neither asleep nor awake. I was in a daze when the sound of explosions startled us, feeling my way to my husband's embrace to reassure me that they were just experimental rockets. My heart was reassured for a moment, as we were somewhat used to that. I returned to bed, but the strange thing was that the sound continued and didn't stop. With our experience in wars, my husband and I, throughout our lives filled with wars, realized that they were outgoing rockets. We were filled with fear as the rockets heading towards occupied lands increased. So we went to the living room to shield ourselves from the reaction that we knew would be bloody and painful. We turned on the TV to Al Jazeera channel to be shocked by the resistance advancing towards occupied lands and launching thousands of rockets. My husband was shocked, but I was filled with fear because I knew that the enemies of Allah would have a very bloody response to the innocent. After a while, I dozed off for 2 hours and woke up to a call from my mother asking if we were okay. My soul was shaken and I needed to be ready. The world is chaotic. My house is very chaotic, Mama, but it's okay. It's okay. I need to get my prayer clothes. Not even 10 minutes passed before I experienced one of the hardest experiences of my life when my husband and I heard people shouting, "Evacuate the building! Evacuate the building!" I froze in place and miraculously put on my prayer clothes, screaming, "Hazim, carry Mohammed," and grabbed my bag containing only my ID as I placed him in the bag, as we Palestinians do in every event. My heartbeat increased. We closed the door of the house, ran into the street, and ran to my family's house, which was just 2 streets away, crying uncontrollably, unable to catch my breath. Here was the first instinct of my heart, and the first displacement for me, my child, and my husband, the beginning of our curse as displaced people. The second instinct of my heart, after spending 3 days in my family's house, which is located on the 10th floor towards the sky. I couldn't sleep in those days. When the Zionist shelling subsides, I couldn't sleep from Muhammad's crying. And when my son sleeps, the shelling starts. And so I became sleepless for 3 days. On the 4th night, I slept for 3 hours, woke up, and my husband was feeding our son at night and taking care of him to give me some time to sleep. I told him, "Thank Allah, Hazim. This is the first time I have slept. Thank Allah, tonight is a bit calm." Only 10 minutes passed and we heard, my husband, my brother and I, the sounds of men saying, "Evacuate the tower quickly." That tremor returned to my body and fear almost made my intestines feel knotted and heart beat loudly. I quickly shouted, "Hazim," as we agreed, "you carry Mohammed and I will carry the bags." Hazim replied, "Calm down and hold yourself together. Carry Mohammed, the bags are too heavy, I will carry them." I then responded, "No, Hazim, no. As we agreed, you carry Mohammed. I'm shaking, I might fall." "Okay, let's go quickly," he responded. I don't know how far it was from the 10th floor to the ground, but it only took 10 seconds until we reached a bus with my parents and our neighbours. Neighbours who shared smiles and beautiful mornings with us, now looking gloomy and desolate, as if death was screaming from the depths of their eyelids. In the midst of lots of hurried voices, I exclaimed, "I'm coming, Mahmoud. Where are you? Mama, where are you all? Let's go on the bus quickly." In terror, we all boarded the bus. "Hazim, get on, take Mohammed." "Where is Baba?" I shouted. With a frantic look on his face, we all screamed, "Baba, come on, we won't move until you're with us." Baba is wandering in the tower, placing his hands on his waist while I hold my brother Mahmoud tightly, trying to stop him from going down. He wanted to go down to bring our father, who no longer hears anyone's voice except the voice in his head, telling him that this is the last time he will see his house and that soon it will become just a pile of rubble. A passerby woke him up from his delirium, and we got on the bus and headed to my house. Amjad, why are you driving so slowly? Hurry up. We headed to my house to be shocked by our building standing like a ghost, with its mouth open towards the sky to swallow whoever enters it into the ground and amongst the stones. My mum said, no, no, this place is dangerous. The whole square is in an evacuation state. Here and the other buildings in front of us are threatened. I responded, okay, where should we go? My mum said, let's go to the Shifa hospital. It's the safest place and we're on our way there. I exclaimed, no, no, I read in the news before the evacuation happened that they are clearing the Shifa square as the Zionists are threatening it with bombing. By a miracle, I managed to prevent everyone from going there. I said to my husband, Hazim, let's go to your family, your uncle's house. It's 2 streets away. My mum said to not go there, and everyone rejected my idea. Here we are, just 2 blocks away from our threatened tower. Here we are, standing in the middle of the street, us and some of our devastated neighbours. By the grace of Allah, we are hosted by the house of people in the west of Gaza. May Allah bless them for their generosity in their homes. But I spent one of the worst nights of my life there. I forgot a box of milk for my son in my house. Mohammed does not get enough of my breast milk, so he relies on formula to satisfy his hunger. This caused me extreme panic, and I kept him with me and fed him continuously until the next morning. I then headed to my husband's family's house and left my family to face the suffering of displacement and homelessness alone. My strength collapsed and I fell ill with a severe illness and a terrible loss of appetite. Here my body began to betray me and collapse. I could not hold on and tried to hide it from everyone, feeling ashamed with my illness in front of the injuries of the wounded and the burning of the martyrs. My face betrayed me, my body mocked me that I am not well. My beloved Muhammad, every time my mind wanders, I realize that I have never had enough of you. I want you more and more. I want to see you grow. Embrace my body with your small body until you grow up and I see you as a groom. My beloved Hazim, my very strong supporter, cohesive for me and for our son Muhammad. I have not seen a man stronger than you, my dear heart. I pray to Allah to extend our lives and the life of our son so that I can spend more time with you both. Everything I have read to you was on October 7th. I thought this was the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life. But to give you an update, today we have been displaced 6 times, me and my family, until we reached our destination in the southern part of Rafah. Every time we are displaced under the same conditions that I have described to you. For example, now I am exhausted. Our source of income, our business has been bombed. Our house become uninhabitable. My dear husband's family is starving, which has forced his siblings to search for food. And they were killed in the massacre of the flour mill. 2 of his siblings, who were the breadwinners for his family, died. May Allah have mercy on them. Today we are without water, without electricity, and with poor internet. We are disconnecting from the world, but still trying to send messages from the heart of the massacre and famine to you all. I implore you with all that you have in humanity to save my family from genocide. We are here, 18 individuals. We have seen death in all its forms. Save us from genocide. We need your support to help us get out of Gaza. We are displaced. We are in pain. Ya Allah. Love Gaza.
Assalamu alaikum, it's Faisal from Islamic Music Hub. Now, Lana actually sent that recording in Arabic, the story written in Arabic. And I would like to thank two people for getting that out there. The first one is Shahed Elian. She helped to translate the story. And then the second person is Shabnam, who actually read out the story for us. So it was a team effort, that one. Please have a look at the GoFundMe page for more information about her story, about her. It was very poetic, probably because it was written in Arabic, and Arabic is quite a poetic language. So it was nice to hear that in the English translation. And obviously, Shabnam got emotional at the end, and she said that's because it's a very real story. And she was thinking about the reality of it as she was reading it out. So thank you very much, guys, for getting that out there. Please have a look at the GoFundMe page and donate as much as you can. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
This recording was brought to you by IslamicMusicHub.com.